Hello, my name is Chelsea Masteller Warren, and I am an assistant professor at the University of Minnesota. I teach scenic design and intro to design, and right now I'm teaching a class in toy theater. And toy theater is a art form that started in the early 1800s. Dominantly, it was in Europe, and it was a thing that so many families did. You could buy a kit. This was before TV, movies, video games. You could buy a kit at stores that was a theater. So you could buy, and this is an example, this one's very small, they would be bigger than this, but you could buy a kit and it would have a proscenium arch, side walls, here's the orchestra, a floor with fold downs to make the stage floor, curtains, backdrops, ways you could make scenery that would hang off the sides of it. And it would come with little figures and characters and different set pieces so you could make your own theater show. And this was really popular for many years. And it really lent itself to people could buy a show. So they could buy, it was all paper and it was all printed, and you would make your theater and then you could buy an individual show to put in your theater. And shows with lots of action and lots of drama would be really good for a toy theater, because it was really fun to have dragons with fire or death sequences or explosions. To make that made it really fun for people to play at home, and adults and children would use the toy theater, play with it, and they'd perform it for their guests as well. And there was a joke about that you could buy it for a penny plain or 2 pence colored. And what that actually meant was that it was a penny for it to be a black and white printout, and it was colored, it would be 2 pence. So it would cost a little bit more if it was colored, but people really enjoyed getting it in black and white, because then you could color it in yourself and decide the colors of your characters and your theater and your set design. So that was the tradition. And it stopped around a time when theater became more naturalistic, when realism became more the vogue of the day, because that wasn't as fun when people are just standing around talking. It wasn't as fun to enact that with your figures in your toy theater. Another example I'll show you, this isn't exactly a toy theater, but it looks like one. This is a pop-up book theater that pops up, but this is the idea that there would be a front to it, there'd be different set pieces in the back, and then you'd have figures that you could animate inside of it to perform your own play. So it stopped and it dwindled for a while. And then around the 1990s, it became big in America. For adults, there became a new wave of artists who were really interested in toy theater. And then from there, a lot of toy theater festivals have popped up all over America and Europe. There's one that happens in New York City every year, the Great Small Works Toy Theater Festival. Last year it was online due to COVID, but often in the spring, there's a toy theater festival where people gather and they perform their toy theater shows and show their toy theater. So what I'm gonna do today is take you through 2 lessons. 1, how to make your own toy theater, and 2, how to make some characters for your toy theater.